Hey everybody, this is Tracy with Color Me This. Today is the Daily Color Special in Magical Worlds. We're on our second day this week working on the Hummingbird. I want to go deeper with my Hummingbird colors. I actually did a little more digging through my color selection. I am also going to work on darkening the sky a little bit before we get moving on to the filigree. I might work on the center of the flower, and what I would like to do is get some homework done to make sure my colors are deep enough before I do the filigree of the entire image. The filigree, the gold I want to do on the edging, is the type of coloring I am the least comfortable with on this page. So I think I need to go darker, deeper on more of the other elements that I am comfortable with before I can tackle that last bit. So I might do the floral center a little bit after I darken up some of the colors on the sky and the hummingbird itself. I am going to start with the cadmium orange 336. I am going to leave the color a little brighter. Yesterday I had turned it down, but I want to have you guys see the color a little bit better as I see it. And I thought when I had turned down the brightness that it actually washed out some of the color. So I am going to be keeping it this bright today. I'm actually coloring upside down. I hope I remember to turn it right side up for you guys. I need better access to the wing and want to make sure that I stay out of the camera's way with my hand and my knuckle. I am using more medium pressure. Yesterday I was using a lighter pressure, and I had the hummingbird right side up, so I wasn't able to get a clear view of the lack of brightness on this coral orange color. So today is a very late start for coloring. I did my coloring class and we worked on cards. I will be doing a few Christmas cards for the next couple of groups sessions, but we are focusing on the coloring aspect of the images. And I will already have, like today, I already pre-made most of the decorative card bits. I had embossed the colored cardstock mat, made the sentiment, popped the sentiment up, made their little, instead of bows, we just used what we call a knot, a decorative knot of ribbon. Everybody had a good time. It was not big today, a smaller subset as people are traveling. So I'm feeling better about our brighter coloring here. I'm going to move this way a bit. Medium to medium hard pressure now. So the reason for the late start after class, we had to go assist in the final move of my stepfather's 2 vehicles that have been in storage, and his garage is ready for them to get moved in. So we helped with that. So we were out and about during the normal time when Hub would be napping. All right, now I'm going to move down to the tail. Try to get that bright end up. So my stepdad is now 100% moved to Florida. And everything fit nicely. These 2 vehicles, the truck, the battery was dead, which is interesting. I don't know why the battery would be dead after only a month of being in storage. The weather it's kind of cold, but not that cold. Okay, I've got some darks here, and I noticed yesterday I used a color called 9 iron, and it looked a little gray to me. This color was on the Lazy Susan. It is 189 deep teal. This is the one problem with taking an entire week off of coloring, is then you kind of lose a close touch with your project. And I find that if I keep working actively, I do much better with my projects than if I just pick them up here or there. I need to keep tabs with them, I guess is the word. If I keep my momentum on them, I do so much better than if I let them sit. So the bridle that I did get some good traction on is an example of a whip that I would rather have just powered on through past I think I worked on it 2 to 3 days, and it is one of my realism projects that could take up to 40 hours. And I should never have let myself stop working on it. I needed to keep the momentum going. It is lost enough momentum that I even put the pencils back. I have access to the reference photo, the line art, all of the colors, and I haven't chosen any extra colors from what Bonnie's tutorial has. But I still do better when I keep moving on. All right, so I am using this dark teal where I used 9 iron yesterday. Darkening up the feathers. And I am, again, not a fast colorist, not a fast crafter. And so I'm kind of, in essence, slowing everything down. Did some testing a little bit today. Let's make sure you can see everything on the wing that I am doing. Let's make sure that we are focused. I'm going to tilt a little bit. So hopefully you guys are seeing a deepening. Now yesterday I was working here on the scallop area. Medium to hard pressure here in these little dark spaces. So I should talk a little bit about next week. This is Tuesday. And next week is when I will have my mini vacation with my friend Libby, and we are going to do card making from... She arrives in the late afternoon of the 10th, and we'll leave the 15th early. So I'm not going to be doing coloring, and we'll see if I can pre-record a couple of episodes so that I'm not gone the full 4 days. Maybe I'll skip 2. I'll have like an episode every other day. We'll see. I could possibly get a head start and maybe not lose any momentum. But if anything, it'll just be a little bit. There, so I've got some nice teals and shading in, and now I'm going to come in with this cadmium orange again. And really brightening all this up. Hard pressure now. Doing a lot of mixing of the teal and the orange. So back on the tail I would love so this will be interesting. I'm going to soft pressure with this darkest green, which is dark teal. And any place that I see a lighter orange, I'm going to try to take some of this dark teal and add it to the tooth. And if you look closely when I'm doing soft, it is only sticking, so to speak, the pigment. See, like right there, it's stuck to an area that had hardly any of the orange. So that is my plan. I am doing what I would call a glaze. A very light coat of this teal. Trying to get a little bit of its color. And it's a pretty dark color, where yesterday I was not using this dark of a color. There we go. Hopefully making some interesting mottled teal and orange coloration. And then I'm also using it as the shadow color. I could have just done a gray, but I would prefer to have it be a darker color of the family of colors I'm using. So now I'm going back to the orange, coming in with medium to hard pressure. Getting this tail way brighter than it was. This is the level of darkness and intensity that I just didn't have the time to get to yesterday. All right, much better. I'm going to go to the top of his head now, because I'm seeing this is so pretty light. I've got my dark teal that I have not used on the head. This is all 9 iron. What's already down in the dark areas is actually a dark gray with just a hint of green. All right, one last little bit. I am still on the fence with this much white. I don't mind the scallops. I just am still torn on that one part. I want to bring out the darker pink. It is 308 Fuchsia Rose. Medium pressure. I'm going to just guess that I'm going to come back with the lighter pink in a moment. medium to heavy pressure here. All right, now Super Pink 304. Heavy pressure. Burnishing all of this down. Let's move this across. Cadmium orange for the rest of the pink to orange blend. Heavy pressure now. Oops, I went off onto the blue. All right, I think I have got the bird in the more vivid colors that I had envisioned. And I am going to grab that dark blue. So we have a new blue to introduce. I believe the darkest blue was 291. Look how dark that is. Salute 291. Here is my new color. 265 Majolica Blue. And if you look here at my little diagram of my color blend, 265 is a navy blue, where the 291 Salute is a bright blue. So I'm going to have, might have to even go lighter, but I've got three of the blues. The two darkest. Daphne is not quite as dark as Salute, even though its barrel shows that it is darker. It is not. I'm going to start on the very edges with Majolica. Since I'm not sure how dark it will be, I'm going to start with medium pressure. I'm hoping by having the area right next to the filigree and the leaves, and I will say I did this as homework and I went pretty quick. So I don't feel that the one area that I did have this done was done to the level of darkness that I wanted. So I don't want you guys to see all of a sudden I come back with an image that's really deep and rich compared to what it was when I colored with you. So that's why I thought I would spend one more day sort of getting the rest of the colored areas finished. Even if I don't do all of it, I want to show you some of it. and then I can go away. And it was not, none of it was as dark as it needed to be. Yeah, so this is making this nice and dark. So you can see how it looks compared to the rest. That one area that I have darkened compared to above the wing here, and then down here by the leaves. So I'm going to keep moving on down through the leaves. Medium. I'm getting more confident, and this is more medium hard pressure. Little tiny ovals, trying to really concentrate getting into all of these nooks and crannies around the leaves. Lightening up as I get in toward the star area. Now, not going to go much further because I want to come back in with the next lighter color. Salute 291. Medium pressure, soft ovals. I want to leave that star lighter, but I could go way darker up in this corner than I did. So if the 10th is, say, Wednesday, I will get my normal video done earlier in the day. Try to do some pre-filming. And then I will go off Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh yeah, and I think Sunday is the day she will be driving home. So I hope you guys can see how much darker, if I could show you the whole thing, the whole top half, this side is the depth that I am looking for. So I need to get that done all the way. What I am contemplating doing for this is continuing one more day. I would love to get homework done, and that would be this flower and leaf. The other 3 leaves, I think the leaves, if I show you the other side, that leaf I think adds a lot of drama to the scene that I need to know the intensity of it before I work on the gold browns. Because where I've done the drafts of the gold browns, things are pretty intense, and I want to make sure it does not overpower the rest of the image. So thus why I am slowing down and making sure I have this correct. I need to change. So that was the second darkest color. I need to come in here with the Majorica Blue 265. So this is kind of a get it prepped for tomorrow, because I really wasn't ready for it today. Still being somewhat cautious with this dark color. Don't forget that when you're going really close to these edges, and I say, hard to medium, hard to hard pressure, that I need to then back off on my pressure as I move away from the dark area. So that is a soft blend as I move away. So what I'm going to do is flip really quick to the Salute, which is a much more vibrant blue, and I'm going to finish this off in that brighter blue. Nice. Very nice. So now I'm going to be switching back and forth. Now Majorica looks purple on the barrel, but it is not. It is actually a dark navy blue. So on the bird, I wanted the bird to look like it's glowing, has a glow behind it. So up here in the darkest part of the swirly area around the wing, I'm going to be dark. But then as I get closer to the bird's main body space, I will be lightening up the blue significantly so that it has more of a glow, and then right around the bird itself is just a dusting of blue. Now let me know what you guys think, if the drama that I am creating was worth the extra day. I would be curious to know what you think. Was it okay? It just did not look vibrant enough for me. And these pencils are a very vibrant pencil. So I wanted to make sure I utilized them to the fullest. So it is official as of today, my family is fully moved in. I cannot believe how fast it all went. I am still using the darkest color. Pardon me. Right here, this area, see how there's a little bit of light? I did that pretty dark. We will see if I need to lighten that up. That's what my erasers are for. I do think I'm going to I want to go dark, don't get me wrong, but I definitely want to still have the intensity of the kind of that glowiness. I am going to rotate further. All right, let's get this. I have switched to Salute, the second to darkest color. I like that. I like it. So each of the little dots and then the stars indicate a brightness, and I'm trying to keep my variation of the light to dark based on whether or not it's closer or farther away to the hummingbird and whether or not there is a star in the middle of it. So again, this is the Salute, which is not the darkest color. And now I'm hitting a bright area. I believe I will be getting the top half of this done with you guys. We darkened up our hummingbird. I want to get the image to the intensity that I feel confident I can work on the gold edging that I am definitely going to feel out of my element doing. So again, I switched on you to the Majorica blue. And I want to stop here, and hopefully you can see the much more intense colors that I've got built up. I'm going to head down here to the leaf. I'd like to finish these leaves. That I feel would help me with my confidence. Again, this is the Majorica blue, 265. I hope I remember these colors that I am using today. I think they got the Hummingbird colors. Of the teals, I only did the dark teal, which was a new introduction. I had not used it yesterday. The two pinks and the orange, and then the blues. I do hope that I have kept my knuckle out of the way. Any areas here that I get too dark, too deep, I will be erasing and feathering it out. You can add and subtract because this is all a harsh line, and I'm going to soften that up. I've got the secondary Salute blue here handy, and I have not, though I have had in my hand the whole time, the third darkest blue, which is called Daphne, and I have not used it. All right, so we're grabbing Salute. On this side, I have a lot more leeway to go darker because I don't have stars right here. I am going to go to my third, to Daphne, 289, right around this area. Yeah, probably going to have to go back through there a little bit. Back to the darkest. I wonder if I'm out of time. But I managed to get this deep dark color around this green. Yep, we are out of time. So I think I have caught up with the depth I'm after. Again, I want to finish these greens, at least these 3 greens, to get a good idea for what I want to do with the center here. And I mentioned probably either in passing in a comment that I wanted a little bit more of that hot pink. And I am not prepared to do it, but I'm going to try. I did not practice. I'm just going to do a little bit and see if we can get this to where I want it to be. I just want it to be more dual colored. I don't want it to be all purple. And I felt that I left it in a very purple state. So I'm taking the darkest pink, which is Fuchsia Rose, 308. And I am just doing not ovals, I am doing lines. I colored this whole flower with lines. It was as if I was coloring a long furred animal. So let's see if I can clean up. Now, certain petals I liked better than others. And I'm way over here off to the one side. So let me move. Look at that. Instantly, the flower is now the center of attention, not off to the side. It's very hard to be consistent. Every one of these petals is its own creature. It has its own colors and veining that I am simulating. Its own little flaws. This is one of the good petals right here. I hope you are seeing the hot pink that I am pulling through. And I apologize if that unfocused. All right, I like that intensity a lot better. I think I have done as much as I can to prep you guys for tomorrow, short of the homework of the leaves. 3 green leaves I will be finishing, and then I think we're going to be ready. And we've got 3 elements left, not colored. The middle of the flower, the beak, this part of the wing, if I want to do that, and then the gold edging. So that's what we've got today. We're at 49 minutes. We're going to call it. Do all of the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and consider subscribing. And we're going to do one more day on this hummingbird tomorrow. I hope to see you there.